Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to LEGO City Undercover. Let's go ahead and load in and see where we are. I changed the video settings under the NVIDIA control panel, which are kind of old-fashioned settings that frankly I don't think for most games you ever need to mess with, and they're perfectly fine wherever they are. They kind of get overridden by much more modern useful settings in a much more modern useful game. But yeah, I've gone in here and changed everything down to performance mode, and at some point it may have actually been using my
Hey, Chase, what did
my
you find out
old
at the
video
mine?
card.
That I'm lousy at fighting.
Huh?
Rex was there. He grabbed Stinky before I could find him and then knocked me out.
Whoa!
You might as well
So
do
what are
this
you
while
gonna
we're
do?
Get some training at the local
listening
dojo
to
make
the
sure that he can't do
dialogue
that again.
again.
Okay, and I'm gonna give Frank another call. I bet he's lost his phone.
Oh, I gotta go, while we're over here, turn on the score multiplier again. So, because I changed the settings to the default settings, I think it changed the default settings to something that I kind of didn't want, where it was using my old video card, the GTX 970 CPU, which that's not by any means what we wanted to have happen. So this wants me to go way over here. It would be way smarter to take the train. The only one thing we could do is we have 2 of about 5 scanners, so I want to look around here and just see what this would scan as right now. No, it seems like this area is mostly the same thing over and over again. So we didn't really unlock a lot of things. How much would this cost? This would cost a minimal amount of money, so let's go ahead and build this so that we could call in a... Let's see if we can call in the helicopter. And let's see. Because if we could call in the helicopter, that'd be an interesting way to get there and better understand. Alright. No, it's only cars. So there is still a limitation, I guess, on...
Let's get to the bank.
Let's see, there I had one lag. We'll see how much this runs into. Like, we were never at 0 lags. We gotta make that clear. Let's see what this does. This is a lot, but we'll do it anyways. Of course, it's probably a mistake to build these because you get studs when you do this, large amounts of studs. If I just had the score multiplier enabled, when I picked up those kinds of studs, I would be useful. I'd get a lot more studs with a lot more coins. I don't know if I'm really going to need a lot more coins. So if we can get it down to like 1 micro stutter, 1 bit of lag per 30 minutes, I think that's probably the best you can get for a LEGO game, because they're just like programmed so poorly. I didn't recheck the Windows hack though. That's the only thing I haven't done, because that would require me to reset the entirety of the PC, and it is, I guess, fair to mention that I'm also running a backup while this is going on and uploading videos, so there are 2 or 3 things that are accessing my SSD at the same time. I don't think that's really the cause. There's a micro stunner. If anything, I suspect it's something very, very specific to this engine. Isn't that a calling point? Again, the only reason I'm even doing these is because I want to just get as much done as we're moving forward. Otherwise, we are going to have a decently long list of items to do. Like you can see, there's quite a lot of things here. Quite a lot indeed. That I guess we'll have to go up and down the roads trying to figure out everything. We might need a vehicle to get into this fighting dojo area. So it's been Appalachian in the level so far that we're now all of a sudden jumping to a kind of Japanese fighting dojo, and over there you have what looks very much like Stark Tower and the beginnings of a New York type city. Kind of figured out that how many do I need to build this? 30,000? We're good. Interesting music and sound effects. You don't get that when you build things usually. See, that's a cool idea, but then why would you play the same old build animation sound after that to kind of destroy the hype from that? It's nothing, and you just see a wall of blue. It would have been better if it was a wall of black. Now we can see the San Francisco Bridge, for lack of a better term. Karate guy. I guess the idea of LEGO City being a culmination of all cities around the world is interesting, but you are kind of missing some cities. Remember, LEGO is like Norwegian, Swedish, I forget, Danish, and I think they're Danish. So you've got no like African or Middle Eastern countries. You're mostly sticking with a Japanese area, and then about 3 areas that would be recognizable, I think, as United States areas. Look at that. There's a Mount Rushmore even, which that's cool and all, but you would have to be standing pretty far back to have even seen this. There's the spaceman, like Benny from the LEGO movie, which I guess originally this game probably came out before the LEGO movie. Otherwise it wouldn't, or it was at least in development mostly before the LEGO movie happened. And sure, it totally makes sense that there was no guarantee that the LEGO movie would be the major success that it was. There's a way all the way down there and all the way up. Maybe there's a reason for doing that. Let's see. Yeah. Seems like there might be. Seems like there are some super bricks that would appear. Even just speaking about Lego sets though, they really don't have any Middle Eastern sets. If anything, there was a complaint about one of the Jabba the Hutt's palace looking too much like a Middle Eastern Islamic temple. People weren't happy about that. There is the famous Indian palace that's one of LEGO's biggest sets ever, but it's actually quite a boring set to my eyes because it's almost 100% white pieces. And it runs into the problem of a lot of LEGO's bigger sets, that they are in the sense that they're not really economical or detailed enough for how much they cost, so they tend to be these superbly overpriced elements in a world of Lego where there already is a large amount of overpricedness happening. Like, let's see, there wouldn't be really a reason to destroy these, because you're not, well, there might be. There's enough secrets I've run into where it could be that there's something. We built several things on the way here, so I need to build up my reserves as far as super bricks. But I'm almost certainly playing too thoroughly. Like, I need to get back into the groove of playing Lego games and see, will the story start when I actually step in the platform? Because it feels like in previous instances I've just gotten somewhat close to these areas and then the story starts. We're getting a loading screen. So we're going into a level. If we get an ability to fight better, I would hope that is also an ability to jump higher. If it's just fight better, that's not as useful.
24-hour plumber and kung fu guru, unblocking pipes and chakras since 1987. It's worth a try.
This is a nice big area, but also
I need to get that open.
a lot of it's not Lego. A lot of it's not
What
Lego.
if I could use that?
Like, I feel like if this was a brand new game, we would just an invisible wall stopping me. Like, you would have this entire dojo built in Lego, and I kind of know that's the case because there is, I believe, a dojo Lego set, not part of the Lego City set, but part of the Lego Ninjago set. They made like a Ninjago City build. The problem with Ninjago is that it's a little all over the place in its artistic style. So it's not just like a pure ninja thing. It's a ninja with technology set up. It feels like it's also very focused towards kids and little kids.
Why would they keep hat stands outside?
Maybe
I'll need a lot more bricks before I could use that super build.
Let's see. How many more bricks does the super build need? 40,000, okay. Is the total amount. They built one of these for it real. It's a pretty interesting set, but not like readily available. A lot of the nice sets from Lego don't ever actually come out in stores or anything, so you're more having to order directly from the Lego store, or if it's an older set, you're having to buy it used or from a reseller. And yeah, that is going to be, I think, most people's experience with Legos, that unless you were collecting Lego from day one, and that would have been weird, you will have several generations of sets that you can't realistically purchase. Like, I have nearly every Lego expert building set except for the first 3 or so, and those first 3 would be way too expensive.
These tortoise martial arts are way easier than the regular ones.
some of the, because these plants aren't built out of Lego, then you run into the problem that you can't destroy them. So we've got to do this part now, which turns down the music and forces you to listen to the oboe music. I kind of feel like the oboe music should have happened the first couple of times, and then that should have been it. Alright. Just magical. A magical piece of dynamite hidden in the gong. Still weird you're putting the dynamite in the barrels instead of being able to throw the dynamite, which is, I think, something you would have been able to do. Like, honestly, even in the first game, LEGO Star Wars. I suppose it's worth mentioning also LEGO has introduced Apple has introduced Apple Arcade, a monthly service for Apple TV and iOS devices. And one of the things they partnered to release with this $5 monthly service was a LEGO game called LEGO Brawlers. And LEGO Brawlers is seemingly a sort of Smash Brothers game, but it seems like you can't actually fight against each other. Instead, it's a 4-player team attempt to defeat a boss.
Slowly does it.
Which, that's more interesting in my opinion, for the fact that it's doing something different with the LEGO series. That's not this same Telltale game, not Telltale game, TT game. Formula that has just been done over and over again.
Were all the hats stolen? Oh, wait! These are wooden practice dummies for karate. Hat stands. You idiot, Chase.
Looking for, I guess, flame. There's several little side things that can be done here. Obviously. I've often wondered what you could do with the LEGO series that would totally get away from this formula. I don't think you can do too much. This is what is expected, pretty much, from a LEGO game. It works well. It is, in some parts, not actual LEGO, because actual LEGO is building, and the building part is
Close.
kind of just
That torch
missing.
only just burnt long enough for me to get here.
Be calm.
But it's not terrible. Either, yeah. Let's go ahead and do this. And this. It'll be interesting to see if we can hold on to both of these. Nope, we cannot. So that's going to disappear, and as that's disappearing, we get a bit of lag. Interesting. It does kind of feel like it's a Skyrim issue, where potentially the it's saving where everything is, or where everything
Get
isn't.
out of here. I'm gonna complain to the manufacturers of these torches. They last like 10 seconds.
Alright. Can't fall down this hole? Can fall down the hole. can also fall off the edge if I'm not careful. Just jump over here. It's weird that there's a bird's nest here, and it seems like nothing's gonna happen around this. Still trying to collect studs somewhat. When you jump on the blue things, you can't unjump.
Don't go too fast.
LEGO Worlds, I guess, was their closest attempt to a LEGO game where you mostly just build LEGO things, and I think that was well received by perhaps adult fans of LEGO more than the children fans of LEGO games, and that was in part why they TT Games then added a bunch of levels like these to LEGO Worlds after kind of saying they weren't going to do that. I think they directly said they weren't going to add levels and they were going to leave it as this open world thing. On the other hand, they also complained of a considerably large amount of... I guess maybe there's nothing else to burn. There's a large amount of hand censorship that they had to put into LEGO Worlds because you were able to put any build in any shape or form in the world and other people could see it. How that's going to be fixed in the next... Like, we've seen some demos of LEGO games in the form of an augmented reality and a Minecraft augmented reality game where other people can see your builds. That problem is still going to require a lot of hand censorship / age appropriate curation. So we build a dragon. But see, this is a problem. This is not LEGO. You would have to basically have a recording software showing you how that was put together frame by frame to know how that piece was really built, if that piece was really buildable. And this does look buildable, but it doesn't give you a parts list. It doesn't really give you instructions. LEGO Dimensions kind of had all of that, but LEGO's Dimensions is another failed example because they tried to integrate real-world LEGO toys with the video games, which that didn't. It was just too expensive, frankly, and toys to life concepts in general have never succeeded. Just toy sales in general failed once Toys R Us failed in the United States. So LEGO Dimensions, there's been several attempts here and none of them have succeeded well. LEGO is now doing something smart that I think I directly gave them feedback on, is every set going forward seems to be getting a QR code on the front of their page that will just
None of
show
these guys look like a berry to me.
video
Maybe there's a
of
bell I have to ring for service.
how to build the sets, which is nice. Wonder what ability I'm gonna need to destroy these statues. These statues look weird too. It's like a minifig, but it's a minifig with their legs bent in an awkward way. And of course I'm going to have to come back into this. There's another lag. It's not too bad.
And the ripples that spread from your actions.
Slightly dangerous stereotype sound there. And here we have a mirror. A mirror in a Lego game. That is surprising. That is very much surprising. But yeah, there's just a ton of stuff here. It's not even really worth doing all of this. I'll break the table for him. So yeah, a large collection of things. I don't know if I'm supposed to be breaking these scrolls on the walls or not. I don't think the QR codes on actual Lego sets though do much more than take you to a slightly interactive PDF file format, and they were already supporting PDF file formats, but you know, it's slightly helpful. I think it also integrates with their latest attempt at a website, social media site for kids, so you can have a collection manager. There are other websites.
I know Kung Fu.
Show me.
And plumbing?
This is funny. I'm still hating the way the necks are animated. It's realistic, but it just doesn't look right. So this guy is supposed to be a reference, I guess, to Morpheus from X-Files.
You will triumph over your enemies.
The Matrix.
What also helps is throwing them around.
But he kind of sounds
Let's
like
see what you can do, Chase.
He sounds like he's voiced as someone completely different.
Not bad. Let's try upping the odds.
Right.
Oh, bruv, you're ruthless. Oh.
So I'm just tapping X like I was before. It really didn't make me do anything different.
So lucky this time.
If this is supposed to be Morpheus, they are still sticking with the yellow-faced characters.
Even I get hit occasionally.
Alright, so
the movements must flow like water.
Press Y when the enemy strikes to counterattack. I'm gonna see if we can actually get this to work.
Remember, a journey of 10,000 miles starts with a single phone call to a traveler. All right.
So I got it to work once.
If a tree falls in a forest and lands on you, does it hurt?
It seems like you pretty much just need to press the button when you hit the Y. They just go and
when fighting, your mind
meditate.
must be relaxed. Relaxed. Did you leave the oven on? It doesn't matter. It's electric. Relax.
So I think that time I hit X instead of Y.
Your body must be in peak physical condition, like a boiler which is ready. I hope you're good at arm wrestling.
Yeah.
Your mind should be as free of doubt as a central heating system is of air bubbles.
So am I supposed to just punch this guy? Or am I supposed to counter him?
That's more like it.
I'm just pressing X, I guess.
Ouch!
Oh, I'm supposed to press B to grab enemies.
I felt that. Ooh, he's gonna be walking funny tomorrow. Oh dear.
So grab and then
Ouch.
throw
Oh well.
with
he
the
knew
X.
the risks when he joined the dojo.
Okay.
Try throwing them into each other. Now you're getting the hang of it. Throw another.
Alright. So we're like 4 levels into the game, and they're teaching me how to actually fight. This is kind of crazy to be this far into the game and learn this stuff.
Because he was having trouble with painting fences and waxing his car. They really helped.
So now this guy's strong. I have to tap B.
Oh, mates, come on.
Alright. Says grab
Just
him
one more round to go, Chase.
and then move to a prop and then throw.
Go on, throw another.
A little bit of a lag there. And let's see if we can.
Yeah, throw another, student. It's all right. I enjoy it.
That was the guy that I needed to tap B on.
You have done well. Take this belt with you as a sign of your skill.
I can't accept this, Barry.
Why? Oh, hello.
See, his last name is Smith, as in like Agent Smith. So it is a Matrix reference, but it's not the voice or any voice even close to the actor who played Morpheus in the Matrix. And the actor in Morpheus was African American, I believe, and so his dark skin, they're not going for any reference there. Everybody is just yellow in this game, which is fine. That's what LEGO's been doing for a long time. But it does kind of stop making sense kind of fast.
Hey, Chase, are you busy?
Does this have something to do with your favor for Ellie?
Yes. Funny story. I volunteered to pick up the department's new state-of-the-art police truck for its unveiling at the station this afternoon.
Yeah, and you've been hijacked by some criminals, right?
Wow! How did you know? Wait, what number am I thinking of? I'll give you a clue. It's 6.
The truck, Frank?
Oh, yeah. Well, they drove it around for a while, but we've stopped now.
Any idea where you are?
When they were driving, I heard a really loud foghorn, so I think we went past the docks.
Docks, uh-huh.
Then I remember it feeling like we went over a train track.
Train track, okay.
And when we stopped, I looked out the window and saw Krabby Cove.
You! I'll be right there.
Where?
So seems like they want me just to commandeer a car and take a ride. Be easier just to wait till next car
Police business.
happens, and then we'll have to kind of remember how to drive because I have forgotten that completely. There's a bit of a lag. All LEGO games have kind of had this problem where vehicles shouldn't be in them. Vehicle missions don't work. They're not well programmed or set up. Let's see. Do I really have enough to build this? No, I don't think I do. I think it makes a lot more sense to just hold on to your currency. Alright, so just crash into that. Be interesting to see if I was to go backwards on one of these jumps, and if the jump would still work. Clearly, it just takes that all from a cutscene. That's not what I meant to do. There is something on the marker up there, but I don't know what it is. My stomach is growling like crazy today. So, apologies for anybody hearing that. So let's go back and try and take this jump again and see if this will work. Nope. I guess I was asking too much there. So we've got about 24 minutes and let's just hop out of here and take a look at what we could have found otherwise. Looks like there's a couple of super bricks around here. Looks like there's maybe something over here. Or maybe those are just crabs. There's definitely something in that cave. Either I'm too far away from the top parts, or seems like there might be some things. Zooming in doesn't make things appear. There's a super brick too. Alright, so we got a couple of things we can do before. Alright, how would I find dynamite? Yeah, this is where it's going to break down and turn out to probably be more useful to wait until you have some kind of cheat that says the Pikmin always has, the miner always has dynamite. I can't really hit these guys. So there's kind of nothing to do. Looks like there might be another area to blow up. There's something over here. Somebody's calling me.
Chase? You gonna be long? I'm getting bored here. The only things in the back of the truck are books.
So yeah, just got some kind of super jump we're gonna have. So yeah, it doesn't feel like I should spend another 20 minutes goofing around in this open world. I should just move the story forward. Didn't feel like we really unlocked a new ability so much as just we've learned fight abilities that probably already existed.
Hey, are you in there, Frank?
Yes! Is that you, Chase?
I do believe I
You
have
come
this
to rescue me?
set of the police van.
Johnny, go fetch the rest of the gang. Tell Mr. Chen we have company.
And they're dangerously
I think the robbers are
approaching
still around, so
racial stereotypes.
quiet!
Yeah. Yeah, I think I do have a set of this police van. It's not great. It's alright for kids, but it's not super detailed or anything. Which is the problem with any of these with
Chase,
these things.
Are you having some kind of fight?
Right. So these guys are gonna have to be arrested. So it kind of doesn't even
Are you okay
make
out
sense.
there?
Like a lot of these fights.
I expect they've got reinforcements on the way. That's what I'd do in their situation.
Bit of a lag there.
What will happen if those reinforcements get here? Will that be bad?
Well, I didn't have to handcuff that final guy. This may be really more just a simplistic example of not needing to let's see, hit this and hit this this. Knit this. Yeah, this may just be a fight sequence. Yeah, that didn't feel like a real level.
If you
with any
drive fast,
requirements.
we can still make the grand unveiling.
I'll settle for getting out of here alive.
And I thought I was unambitious. I hope we get back in time. I don't want to let Ellie down.
One of the gang members mentioned someone called Chan. Any idea who that is, Frank?
Probably Chan Chuang. He's pretty new to LEGO City, but I heard he runs the biggest chop shop in town. I hope they taste nice.
The chop shop is where
So
they
we're in a
dismantle stolen
special
vehicles, Frank.
instance of
I guess I should cancel that
world.
reservation then.
I think this Chan's connected to Rex Fury.
wow. I felt more like a lag.
This is like being on a roller coaster, only without any of the boring safety.
Now we've got silver hearts, which implies to me that I can't really take any damage. But then the silver hearts are above my
I hope
car
they're gonna check
too.
in the back of here because a lot of stuff has fallen out of the cupboards.
So my ship, my event here is falling apart. So I'm gonna go ahead and go down this way.
If a word for the bad guys chasing us, this would be a lot of fun. Woohoo!
Come on.
This is just like that time I put my RV on cruise control so I could have a nap in the back.
I'm doing a lot of damage here. We have 3 minutes and 30
I
seconds,
just hit my head in a cupboard.
apparently. I guess as I destroy this vehicle, it's showing more of the inside. I have 2 hearts left. I'm holding down A kind of solidly, so I don't know what I was supposed to do to not get destroyed here. Feels like the game is
Looks
backing
like they've
off.
stopped following us. Good driving. Could you pull over on that corner up ahead, please?
Notice that there's a...
I hope they took out comprehensive insurance on this thing.
Is that where I'm supposed to end?
Do you mind if I drive it from here? I want to show Ellie that I can be trusted.
All right. Enjoy getting your photo in the papers, Frank.
Ha!
And it rebuilt itself.
I can't wait all day, Marion. I have to reopen the bridge this afternoon.
Where is that truck?
As if I'm interested in fame and fortune.
It's been a while since we've seen one of these cutscenes that are just like full animated and look like they're from a cartoon.
Good old Frank Honey delivers again. Coming through. Honey. Out of the way. Sorry, madam. Hi there, Mayor Gleason. Hey, Chief.
Dunby!
Honey! Waffles! What are we doing?
Well, what did you expect to happen with Frank driving it? This is your fault, Marion.
Whoa.
Chase, give me some good news. Have you found Rex Fury?
Well,
How could you find him? I mean, the chief told you to stay off his case.
Oh, really?
That's not true at all. Is it, Chase?
no?
That's right. I was just about to send him undercover in,
Wow.
Chang Chuang's gang? I think he's linked to Rex.
Yes!
Well, that was broke when I got here.
So we're going undercover in like the 5th level. The story is moving a little slow, particularly when we know that there's only like 15 levels that are pure regular LEGO levels in the game, and the open world isn't that big. Like, we're on chapter 5
Frank,
and we're going
Ellie.
undercover.
You hiding down here?
You betcha. I'm staying as far from Dumby as possible.
And I saw a spider.
I have no idea how we're gonna get out of this mess.
Oh, it's easy. I expect
Still
my parents will pay
dislike
for
her
it,
voice acting.
like usual.
Huh?
You know they're really rich, right?
The voice
They own that hotel
director,
in Paradise Sands.
the person or whoever was in charge of
It all
casting
makes sense now.
hired totally
Anyway, Chase is going undercover. He'll need new clothes.
the
Well,
wrong
congratulations, Chase.
actors, or perhaps not the wrong actors. I want to blame the actors. That really, this would have just been the voice director telling the actors to do very stereotypical voices.
Hey, that's quite the transformation. I barely recognize you.
Yeah.
When you could have just given them
Who's that
regular
strange man
voice.
in the garage?
Right. I'm off to figure out how to get into Chan's gang. I hope they've reopened the bridge to the main island.
Good luck with that, Chase.
That was Chase.
So we loaded in to see a cutscene, and then we loaded out from that cutscene. That's bad design. Yeah, it really doesn't even make sense. Like, we had jumped to a cutscene that I don't think required any loading.
Okay.
Then we
find a way to
loaded
get into your
into
gang,
the
Mr. Chan.
headquarters for real, so there was an in-engine cutscene when that could have just been a pre-rendered cutscene, and then at the end of the pre-rendered cutscene we could have been here and maybe had to load to hit that point to get out of the instance that we were in before where we were driving the vehicle. And anytime we have an opportunity to do it, we should come up here and grab this purple stud to get more studs. And I imagine if we get the red brick with stud magnet, then we won't even have to go through the frustration of tapping B. We still have a decent number of things that we need to unlock. Alright, and there's really not any reason to go back in here. Unless, yeah, this guy seems to have the same ability as the police guy. And what does that really line up with? If I hold down Y, yeah, he's just Chase Undercover. So there still is 4 different classes of characters. We should take a moment to see how can we get to the. We'd have to find a disguise area, wouldn't we, to unlock a character? And yeah, we're still having lagging issues. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not fixed. It's not terrible, but it's not fixed. This would be the one thing that a remaster of the series would be very nice to have, is just a way to say, hey, we recognize that a lot of our old LEGO games were not good on PC. We never targeted PC or did enough to justify it being sold on PC. And so we're going to re-release it on a new engine and make it actually work this time. Truth is, kids games on PC on Steam is still not the viable smart thing to do. You're much better off buying a used console or Switch or something like that and having kids buy a bunch of used games. Now, GameStop in the United States is approaching a point where it might finally just completely shut down due to, in part, terrible management. So if the used video game market disappeared, that might be a problem. But I kind of question that. I think you'd have enough parents and friends of your kids' friends that would have games they'd be willing to trade or sell or give away. You can even like rent video games out of libraries a lot of times, so the idea that used video games would just disappear even if GameStop disappeared is kind of unrealistic. If it was made illegal, maybe it would disappear, but probably not even then. It'd just become a underground thing. This is a weird situation because I don't know where you would find dynamite around here. There's something over there.
My boss
There's
will be livid if I'm late again.
helicopter pad, I bet is up there.
Hi there.
I don't even think my scanner actually can scan vending machines for dynamite. So, yeah.
The police are hunting Rex Fury.
A lot of just side background sound effects and lines of dialogue. It really is surprising how bad this city is compared to the LEGO's Marvel Heroes game, where they have all of New York and it looks really, really good.
Did he hear me right?
It's probably not worth coming up here. Yep, absolutely not worth coming up here. Yeah, we're gonna start seeing, when we unlock more abilities, we're gonna start seeing more of this LEGO Batman 2 type gameplay, where every building does serve some small purpose, but not enough for it to really make sense. There's just places to jump and bounce and exit this area if necessary. Yeah, and there's just things all over the place, and these weren't even originally here, so we may find these blue and white transition places get superseded by some other ability. And there clearly aren't super bricks or anything like that. So, yeah. A little bit of lag is not the right move. There's one gold brick. I thought I was gonna actually fall down there. I believe LEGO Batman 2 though had whole collection of races, and we haven't even introduced the concept of starting a race and then doing something else. Like, this could be the beginning of a race, but more than likely that's the end of the race to unlock something, so we'll probably do that whole area a second time. Meanwhile, where are we supposed to be going? Way over this direction. And there kinda isn't anything else that you can do. I'm not gonna exit out and try to change the settings. The only other setting I could really think that might change things are internal, so we could try this under effect settings if we were to turn like shader quality and the shader quality down to low and shadow quality down to low, just as a desperate attempt to get rid of lagging. Notice if you have to update the shaders, though, it takes quite a while, and this might even glitch the recording software a little bit. Now, shaders in video games are part of the thing that uses up all your video RAM more than anything else. And one of the settings in the NVIDIA control panel is to say, put these shaders in a disk cache. Perhaps not putting them in a disk cache would reduce micro stuttering, because the speed to write from even an SSD to video RAM would still be pretty slow. Like, it definitely looks different. I don't know if it looks worse, though. We can see in the shadows below here, there's someone that just said the hello in that line of dialogue. So looking at the shadows, when I stay still, they flicker for a while and then they stop. But they don't look terrible. Whereas the shaders, this looks rather nice. And from this vantage point, it looks like I can see pretty far around the city. And all of a sudden, it does kind of feel like there is a kind of large amount of stuff moving faster now. So this might be the fix, and maybe we could improve shadow quality a little bit without getting the lagging back. Maybe, but we haven't fixed anything now. That is also a very decent possibility, and it's just a matter of time until we see lagging again. Alright. I guess when you do these once and forever, so you don't have to really worry about it. So, yeah. It might be that the way the shaders are programmed for LEGO games are programmed just to go too hard. Maybe it has in part to do with my recording software. I have been checking my recording logs, and this, I'm getting way too technical for a LEGO game here, and shouldn't really have to talk about any of this, but I've been checking my recording logs. They're dropping a insignificantly small amount of frames, often 36 frames. There's 60 frames per second. I'm going an hour long, so dropping 36 frames due to rendering lags is effectively dropping 0 frames during render lags. It's nothing. So my recording and coding software doesn't seem to see a problem. There's several things here to collect. And more stuff to do. It almost feels like we would uncover a whole second collection of things to do.
My phone. I didn't bring my...
So, I just wanted to get out of here. We're trapped in this area. Game? How did you intend for me to escape? There was lag, so a micro stutter. Yep. There's still problems. I don't think you can get too far away from reducing them down to as much as we are. If I bounce this up here, yeah, you have to get a really tight hit. Otherwise, one of the things it looks like to me, because we've turned down the shaders, is we've gotten less glossy and we've gotten more cartoony looking colors. It looks like the entire color palette profiles now look a lot more like Legos than what we were looking at before. There was another micro stutter, by the way. Yeah, I don't think there's a 100% fix to it. It's not terrible, but it's not great. We have seen it be a lot worse in other Lego games. It's a shame that it hasn't been completely fixed. Now that does make me wonder also, as far as covering Resident Evil 4, which was the other game that I had potentially micro stuttering in, whether I want to play that. What was weird there is I'm fairly certain I did play Resident Evil 4 for at least an hour and didn't see micro stuttering, so it might just be that the Windows hack needs to be applied again. Here's a new car. Alright, let's do one more thing before we wrap up. Let's just drive this car on that. We do have some more vehicles we can unlock, but it doesn't seem like we're doing a GTA type thing where we unlock vehicles by bringing them into any kind of depot. Alright, well, we're now at 8.1% complete. We have 6 out of 39 red bricks. We need to probably, hopefully find all the important red bricks on our own. If not, once I've completed the full story, I think I'll look at a walkthrough just to make sure I know where all the red bricks are, because it's not worth your time to just wander around the world trying to find the red bricks if you don't know. Once you have all the red bricks, we should have a detector that points out all the character unlocks and vehicle unlocks. The gold bricks turn out to be the hardest thing and the last thing you usually get in the Lego game. And we're on chapter 5, so the next level we would do would be probably level 5 of 15, so we'll have to go back and do some of the other levels, but that's not a big deal. We were going to have to do that probably for most of the levels anyways, so we're good. We're about 1/3 of the way through the story, which is probably more than 1/6 of the way done from the game. If anything, it's more than 1/10 of the way looking at the percentages, although the percentages will jump rather fast once we start unlocking things with the studs we have. We have over 1 million studs and they have become devalued quite a bit now. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.